Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all that funky stuff. We're back a little bit late, but,
Very late, but-
I am Yamark,
And I'm Frostmist.
and we're here to do some more WWE talk about wrestling and all that good stuff.
Indeed. Before we get started, we're sorry that this is later than what we said, but
Yes.
sometimes life happens or something like that.
Yeah,
so
and we still have summer vacation. I went away for a week, and
Yeah.
stuff happened.
so
yeah.
it's all his fault.
And we want to do this together, so yeah.
Exactly.
So we're going to talk about the stuff that happened last pay-per-view at Battleground.
Yep.
And also about some of the matches that has been set up for the next second biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Which is SummerSlam.
Oh, yes. And it looks to be a pretty interesting pay-per-view, but that's second. So,
Let's kick it off with a minor annoyance.
yeah, we had some problems. We were watching this live for
Yep.
once.
We
And-
went to the WWE network and tried to start up the show.
Yeah, we were watching it on the Xbox.
Yes, we were.
Yeah. Well, we ended up not watching it on the Xbox. I can't speak today.
Well, that's not new.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, the show and anything on WWE Network on the Xbox app, as well as other apps, as far as I could gather,
Yeah.
didn't seem to work for a lot of people.
So you probably noticed yourself if you used PlayStation or
Any of the second screen experiences, I think.
yeah. So we ended up using my Mac for some reason.
Yep.
Which we're recording on now, and connected to the WWE network, and hey, it worked.
Presto. Yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we did miss the whole of the pre-show and 2 of the 3 matches in the starting match.
Yeah, well, we didn't miss all of the first one, did we?
We missed the first match, which was Adam Rose versus Fandango.
Oh yeah, that was the pre-show.
Yep.
So we're not going to talk about that one because we didn't see it.
Well, we did see it
Yeah, well,
after the pay-per-view.
oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I almost didn't remember this stuff. So, yeah. But yeah,
Yep. So Fandango lost against Adam Rose. And Adam Rose had Layla and Summer Rae with him because Fandango tried to be a player and that didn't work out and is still doing the shtick. And Layla and Summer Rae are still accompanying whoever is up against Fandango, and it seems to me that Fandango is on a losing streak these days.
yes. And we haven't seen Adam Rose after this pay-per-view.
Yes, we have.
We have?
Yes, we did.
Oh, when was this?
If it was this Monday or Friday.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, that explains it.
Monday, I think it was.
That explains it, because I haven't seen that yet. So I'm not fully up to date, but you are.
Yeah.
Except for
Except
this,
for
Friday.
yesterday.
So yeah, we're recording this on a Saturday, and we're not counting in Friday night.
Yep. Even though we know most of the things that happened there.
Yeah,
But we'll see what happens.
we need to check it out.
Anyway, there were another match on the pre-show.
Yeah.
You had Cameron versus Naomi.
Yeah.
Well, the match came about since the Funky Dactyls split up.
Yeah, finally.
Yep. Cameron turning heel and Naomi turning face. Well, still keeping up the appearances of face at least.
Yeah, and keeping the Funkadactyl music stuff.
Yep. For some reason.
Yeah.
But Cameron defeated Naomi in what could be said as an upset.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of not really an interesting match, but Cameron did win by cheating, so
Yeah. Well, typically.
exactly.
And so to the match, which was one of the interesting matches for us to watch, but we didn't get to watch it.
We only
live.
saw the last out of the 2 out of 3 falls tag team matches.
Yeah.
So
This was, though, the Usos against the White family, or Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, for the tag team championship.
once again the Usos retained.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, well, apparently it's let the faces win for at the time.
Apparently.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened, and probably a good match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the last match out of the three were at least entertaining.
Yeah,
So
it was interesting, and oh well, the result wasn't what we hoped for,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Usos need to start losing soon because they've had the belts too long, I feel.
Yeah, but then again, you had the Kofi and R-Truth. They had the belt for a long time.
Yeah, well,
So,
it's not 2000 and something anymore.
Now, 2012 was it?
11, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something. Anyways, next match was another Divas match. So let's call it the main event Divas match.
Yep. Well, it was. It was for the Divas Championship belt.
Yeah,
so
it was. So and it was AJ Lee and Paige.
Yep. Match ended at like the last match between them with AJ Lee winning over Paige.
Yeah. Right.
Uh,
So that happened.
exactly. And we're not done with AJ Lee versus Paige because come SummerSlam,
Yeah,
they have a new match again.
for the WWE Divas Championship.
Apparently, there are no other divas in the Divas division.
Well, not any good divas apparently for the WWE. I don't know why. There's a lot of divas to pick from.
Yeah.
So
They pushed a lot of them, and then AJ came back and they stopped pushing any of them.
Yeah,
It's
seems
stupid.
weird. But yeah, AJ won.
Retained.
Yeah, she retained her championship,
Yep.
and well, it made for a pretty interesting feud though. Paige came out as when she entered the WWE main roster, she came out as the face because AJ was a major heel, and when AJ came back, she was the face and Paige became the heel. Which actually,
And now they're best
pretty-
friends.
yeah, well,
Or frenemies or something.
yeah, well, more enemies than friends apparently.
Well, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next match was interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Except for the
Outcome.
outcome, yes. Rusev versus Jack Swagger. Rusev won,
Yeah.
but up until a point where he won by a count-out,
Yeah.
it was a good match, actually.
Yeah, it was interesting, and it was
It wasn't the same
It was an actual match.
Rusev. Yes.
yeah. So yeah, a quite interesting match. The outcome was stupid because of, well, if he had won by his usual accolade, well,
Accolade.
at least he won.
Yep.
But technically he didn't win now. So yeah.
Yep. Next match wasn't the match at all, really.
No, forfeit.
Yep.
Dean Ambrose was banned from the arena.
By Triple H.
Yeah. Though it led to some interesting situations
Yes, it did.
with some brawling here and there and in the parking lot, and ended up with Seth Rollins driving off in a car.
Yep.
The same car Dean Ambrose hid in the trunk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was interesting. So yeah, the feud between Dean and Ambrose, yeah.
and Ambrose, actually. Wow.
So, Ambrose and Rollins is proving to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I was afraid that it would be just
Generic.
Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty interesting, and actually this Monday some funny stuff happened.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and henceforth just go on to the next pretty interesting match, was it?
Yep. Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
This was a match that we'd been very much looking forward to.
Hey, Chris Jericho is back.
Yes,
How
it is.
friggin' awesome is that?
And this has made an enemy in the Wyatt family.
Oh yeah, that went fast. Yeah, escalated pretty quickly.
Oh yes, it did.
So-
Was a okay length match, and although I'm not 100% satisfied with the result, either one is good in my book, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of, well, Chris Jericho can never be a good, real face. He can be a bitch might be, but so he came back and became a bitch might be, and Bray Wyatt is a clean heel. So, well, it turned out to be the interesting match we were hoping for.
Yes, it was. In the end, Chris Jericho won.
Yeah, which was weird.
Yes,
But
it was.
hey, it happened.
It did.
Pretty pleased actually. If Bray Wyatt had won, that would be pretty awesome as well.
Yep.
Speaking about awesome, good
Yep.
segue. Hey,
Well, so you spoiled the next one, then.
yeah. Well, if you watch the pay-per-view, you know this.
This
but
is the 19-man Battle Royale for the vacant WWE Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
Uh,
Vacant because come on, what's this guy name? Face. It wasn't a face.
Yes.
Man who's buried. Thank you. Brain fart. So was injured and couldn't defend his championship.
Yep.
So
the thing that was interesting in the end was you at the end of the match you had Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus in the ring.
Yeah.
And Dolph Ziggler eliminated Sheamus.
And then thought he won,
Yes, he did.
but he didn't.
Then Miz, who had been playing possum outside the ring because he didn't go across the top rope,
Yeah.
came back and eliminated Dolph Ziggler to pick up the championship.
That happened 2 times during the match. And we were like, yeah, he's not eliminated.
Yep.
Interesting. This is so typical. And yeah, Miz ended up winning.
Yes, it did. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but in the end, we liked the Miz.
Yeah, and finally he came back after being vacant.
What?
After being not present for since WrestleMania.
Exactly, he came
Which-
to play.
Yeah, and WrestleMania he lost, or he was eliminated during the Battle Royale.
Yep,
And-
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale.
Yeah, so pretty interesting that the first match he has in the pay-per-view after returning, it's a Battle Royale which he wins.
Yep,
Yeah.
although it would have been better if it was during the WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Indeed.
can't have everything.
Still, was interesting match.
Yes, it was.
As we all know, that Battle Royale is a pretty huge mess in the beginning, and then it cleans up.
At some point, we even saw signs of Half-Life 3 being made.
Yeah. and then of course you have the incredible saves of Kofi Kingston.
Yes.
Which also happened in this one.
Exactly.
Can't have a Battle Royale with him in it without this happening.
Coffee landed on the shoulders of Big E.
Yeah, and Big E was good enough to put him back in.
Yep.
So that was the only thing happened, was it?
Yeah.
And we had some close close ones where hanging from the ropes.
Yeah, standard in standard Battle Royale things, actually.
Yeah, and this again happened with Ziggler as well. So yeah, and on to
The biggest disappointment of the whole pay-per-view.
yeah, but still a good match though.
It was an okay match, I'd say.
Yeah, I had expected more from it.
Yeah.
This was the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which was at the beginning of the match owned by Cena.
And at the end of the match...
Owned by Cena.
Yeah.
Well, he defeated Kane, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns. Proved to be an interesting match, but not interesting enough, I would say.
Yep.
It
lasted
Kane
about...
or Roman Reigns should have the belt now, but yeah,
with 4
playing
people in the
safe.
ring at the
Playing
same
safe.
time, you got a lot of time to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Chris Wyatt, yeah, okay.
Chris Wyatt?
Yeah.
All right.
And Bray Jericho.
Bray Jericho. Cool.
Lasted
Two
almost...
new guys.
Exactly. Lasted almost as long as this match,
Yeah.
and was by far more interesting.
Oh yes. So much more interesting. But then again, it's Bray Wyatt. And a match with Kane versus someone, that works. But when Kane is... He was
babysitting Orton.
He was there babysitting Orton. And
then they got fed up with each other and started fighting.
Yeah.
If they wanted Orton to have the belt, Kane would have just lied down and gotten pinned by Orton, or vice versa.
Yeah.
It would have been an easy thing. Exactly.
But then again, we now know why John Cena retained the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because of the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to that.
Yeah, a couple of things happened in the middle of this whole thing.
Yep.
So let's talk about that before we go on to the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, Monday.
Yep.
I feel like stand-up comedian who doesn't remember his routine right now.
And this is the theme of this show, folks.
Yeah,
not remembering anything.
Welcome to this shit show that is WWE Talks. Something happened the morning after that I don't remember right now, and it beats the hell out of me because it's such a brain fart. Oh, come on. Yeah, anyways, it was an interesting Monday Night Raw. That's what I remember right now.
You remember it being interesting?
Yeah. Yes, of course. This is a big thing. So first, Brie Bella, no, not Brie Bella. Is it? Nikki Bella is present. She's got a ticket.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. So she's there legally, and no one can throw her out because she's got a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, let's have a vocal fight, shall we?
With Stephanie.
Yeah, Stephanie came out and started to orally beat up
orally abuse.
Nikki, and it all ended with a slap to the face,
which got Stephanie arrested.
Yeah. This was pretty interesting.
And now they're milking that for whatever it's worth.
Well, she is now proving to be just as good a badass boss as her dad, Vince McMahon, who didn't really go out of the way to embarrass himself for the entertainment.
Yep.
And Stephanie is doing just this right now.
Exactly, and because of this, we have Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella in the SummerSlam.
Yeah. Stephanie was, of course, bailed out by herself.
Yep. Because Triple H had to just stay at the show to make sure it completed or something like that.
Yeah, and when we're talking about that, during this Monday Night Raw, if you watched it, you know this, but what was going to happen is Triple H is going to look at people, and the one who is most impressive to him will be John Cena's opponent at SummerSlam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we all know this was biased from the start, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So, here comes Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, yeah, of course. And then comes Roman Reigns and beats the hell out of Randy Orton.
Yep.
And gets him away.
I'm also sure that Kane stepped in.
Yeah, I don't remember this, but yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the big announcement. Paul Heyman comes out.
Of course it does. It's Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
That's what it's paid for.
Yeah, and his name is Paul Heyman and blah, 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 blah. And then he goes, oh, well,
I am the one in
plan A and plan B and
21
plan C and stuff like that doesn't seem to really work. And he goes presenting, and of course, who's gonna come out?
Well, there's only one guy that could come out.
Yeah.
Because there's only one Heyman guy left.
Brock Lesnar. And normally I would be sad about Brock Lesnar showing up because he's basically been showing up doing shit and
Brock Lesnar is a mercenary who comes and assassinates what he needs or does whatever he is paid to do and then he leaves again.
Yeah, and the character Brock Lesnar has me really fed up. So yeah. But I was smiling when this happened. Because this is... Yes. Finally.
Yes.
Problem is, WWE tends to be stupid. Let's hope they're not this time.
We've had the match before.
Yeah, we had the match before,
but then
that
it was
an
a Extreme Rules match. This is a regular match. And
John Cena versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
So, we're rooting for Cena, right?
Like
last
no,
time. Right.
We're rooting for Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
What's happening?
And this sounds very, very weird and stupid, but it's not, because we're fed up about Cena. The WWE chose to play it safe.
And they're still playing it safe.
Yeah. So please,
let Brock Lesnar win.
Someone in the WWE, if you watch this, let Brock win. If you have planned for Cena to win, scrap that idea, because
it's a bad idea.
This will be very much better for business.
Well, it will be better for business if, and I do mean if, Brock Lesnar stays and continues to fight as the champion.
Yeah, the thing is,
not just disappears again.
If he becomes a champion, he can't disappear.
Of course he can.
Yeah, I know. We've seen CM Punk do this. But,
exactly.
I don't think they will allow it to happen again.
Nope. Which is why I think Cena will win again.
Yeah.
But hopefully not.
Because that's the only problem with Brock Lesnar coming back again. He's part-time and...
Yep.
Come on.
Exactly.
Dude. If you're gonna come back, come back.
Mm-hmm.
Stay for a while. Stay a while and listen.
Stay a while and listen.
Yeah. But, that happened.
Yes, it did.
And looking forward to that match very much.
They're also hyping a lot with Goldust and Stardust.
Yeah.
And I'm almost certain that the announcement of the tag battle for SummerSlam will be the Dust Brothers versus the Usos.
Should be.
Because they're looking for the Cosmic Key, you know. And as you might have figured out, the Cosmic Key has to be the tag champion belts.
Yeah, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
also there is the part where, as far as I know, Goldust doesn't have a job after SummerSlam, at least not active.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Hopefully. Yeah, so we said it before. If Goldust disappears again,
Stardust needs to stay.
He needs to stay.
Yep.
We need a bizarre one.
Yes, we do.
And
no, I'm the normal one.
Yeah. And so, well, this is a match that we're hoping for going to happen, but we don't know yet.
No, we do know that there will be the Usos will be defending the championship. We just don't know against who yet.
Yeah. But we do know that there will be a rematch between Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho.
Yes, we do. And the extended family is banned from ringside.
Yeah.
Because Chris Jericho pinned both of them on 2 different occasions, thereby banning them from ringside. Actually, he didn't pin both of them. He pinned one, and the other one, he won the match because Bray Wyatt interfered.
Yeah. So, by...
Disqualification.
Yep. Yeah. And the next match, predictions, maybe.
Yes,
Bray
sure.
Wyatt versus Chris Jericho.
I think it's Bray Wyatt's turn to win.
Yeah. This will further the or push on the feud, and as it looks now, it's going to be interesting.
Exactly.
So
yep.
I agree with that one.
Next one we've touched a bit on.
Yeah.
It's Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
It's a singles match, so nothing special about it, but it's Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
And she's got a new move up her sleeve.
Yeah, of course. Now copying her husband.
Yes, she's copying her husband, and she's been awarded the... Pedigree.
Yeah. Interesting.
And that's what you need to put a pitch down. No, I'm sorry.
Well, it's going to be an interesting match because we haven't seen Stephanie McMahon fight in a long time.
Yeah, she's been retired for over 10 years, I think.
Yeah, And so coming out and having a real match, hopefully it's going to be a real match this time.
Yep.
It's cool.
Yes, it is.
So, really, I don't really care about the outcome of this match.
Nope, but I don't care per se, but I still like to see a McMahon win.
Yeah. Then again, the way Brie Bella was talking smack at the contract signing, she really should win because of that. But hey.
We have a saying over here in Norway. Hovmod står for fall.
How the hell do we translate that?
Basically, if you're full of yourself, sooner or later you hit the ground, I think.
Oh, right.
Or something like that.
Yeah, like Laurinaitis.
Yeah, sure. Anyways.
On to the next match, which might prove to be interesting.
It might.
Yeah. We go on
it's a type of match we don't see very often.
Yeah. We're talking about the same match, aren't we?
Well, of course we are. We're talking about
match?
Jack Swagger versus Rusev.
Yeah, title match?
A type of match.
Type. Oh, thank you. I was blind on the ear.
This is, of course, a flag match.
Yeah.
Which is basically a capture the flag. You on opposite sides of the ring, you put the country that the person is representing's flag.
Yeah.
And you need to steal the other man's flag and raise it to the top or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, now this is interesting because now finally there's a real match between Rusev and someone, because it's been this America versus Russia thing
Hoorah!
For a long time now, right?
Yep.
So and now it's really America, or the American flag versus the Russian flag, which, hey, this makes it interesting.
Except it's still politics.
Yeah, that's the bad part. Yeah.
Anyway, we're rooting for Swagger, right?
Of course. Swagger.
Rusev needs to lose.
I still don't like that he carry on to stick with the real American stuff, but he should win.
Yep. Then we of course have Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton.
Yeah, we already talked about AJ Lee and Paige.
Yep.
So
Randy Orton has been told by Triple H that as long as Roman Reigns is standing in your way, you won't get a title shot.
Yep.
So Randy Orton is trying to revert back to the old days of him not giving a flying fuck and just destroying everybody.
Yeah, he's trying to do this again.
Yep.
This is getting boring.
I can't say I got a favorite in this match, but I think Roman Reigns will beat Orton and will get more pushes towards Reigns.
Yeah, I would think so.
At some point he will probably get the title shot as well, so...
Yeah, and Randy Orton has been whining for too long. Really, to be honest, it would be a good thing if Orton took a break from on-screen stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Because he's been on and he's getting so stale. Nothing's happening that hasn't happened, last week. So, yeah.
Yep.
If he loses now, he should... I was about to say he should quit like Batista did. But, yeah.
Batista quit because of Guardians of the Galaxy, which is an awesome movie and you should totally watch it.
Hey, if not for something else, then for Batista.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he really does a very good job as the Destroyer.
Yeah. Going on to... we watched a movie recently.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did.
For some reason, we decided to sit down and watch Marine 3 Homefront.
Oh, God.
Well, nothing wrong with The Miz or anything. He's a good actor, actually.
Yeah.
But the script of this movie was horrible.
It was kind of thin.
We're not supposed to... It's not supposed to be a film review now, but... My God.
If you're going to watch the movie and you drink, you should probably drink.
Yeah.
We didn't. We did have a stiff one afterwards,
Oh,
but
pretty much painful.
yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, the reason we're
The
talking
Miz.
about the movie is, of course, The Miz, yes.
Yeah. The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler.
For Intercontinental Championship.
Yes. So, what do we want here? An interesting match, of course.
We want an interesting match which lasts about 15 minutes or so,
Yeah.
with The Miz victorious.
Yeah. Then again, if Dolph Ziggler wins, I will be okay with this because they have been
Everybody's
is trying to half push Ziggler, but they never did it.
Yeah, it's just half-assed.
Yeah. So, but then again, this feud should last a little bit longer before it happens. Actually.
Yep. Also, you got the hashtag Push Ziggler on Twitter.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are using it every pay-per-view.
Yeah. And not only the hashtag, but the signs as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, to the last match of the evening. It probably not is, but
It's the last match we know about at this point.
Yeah. So it's of course Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. This feud has been interesting.
Yep. They had a beat the clock challenge to see who got to choose a stipulation.
Yeah.
Dean
Ambrose got to choose.
Yep. Dean Ambrose went up against Alberto Del Rio. Was it?
Probably.
I think it was. Don't quote me on that.
I know Alberto Del Rio is not in WWE anymore.
Yes,
but
and we'll talk about that afterwards.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins was going to go up against RVD.
Yeah, didn't
but
happen.
At the last moment, they changed it to...
We're a three-man band.
Except we're just a one-man band now.
Yeah.
Heath Slater.
Slater.
Exactly.
That name that is actually pretty difficult to pronounce.
But the funny thing was Dean Ambrose came out and he started with tearing the contract in the briefcase apart.
Yeah.
Then he put soda in the briefcase.
Yeah.
Then he put JBL's hat in the briefcase.
And then he closed the briefcase and waved it around.
Yep. And it distracted Seth Rollins, making Heath Slater actually get a pinfall.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes.
What the heck happened?
Exactly.
And so Dean Ambrose chose the stipulation.
Lumberjack match.
Yeah. Boring.
But the Shield made enemies with everyone.
Yeah.
And they want to keep the match in the ring.
This is true.
So they're counting on everybody hating them and then just putting them back into the ring.
So you think that's Dean Ambrose's train of thought?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a good one. Probably gonna be ugly.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And onto some other stuff that has happened.
Yes.
Both in and out of the ring.
Yep.
I would want to say one thing that has been it's been.
You want to say a thing? I thought you've been talking a lot now.
Yeah, I have. But this one thing is of course interesting because I've been waiting for it to happen for a long time.
Okay.
You gotta believe.
Oh yes. They've started to half push Truth.
And how do they do this? Well, by having Truth beat the undefeated streak of Bo
Don't
Dallas.
call it that, please.
Well, that's
I know, but still.
But he was undefeated until this point.
It was.
Yeah.
And Truth won. And we got to see the person behind the mask, which is Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
The conniving bad loser, the heel, Bo Dallas.
So we have now gone from believe to believe.
Well, it was always Boo Leave.
Leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, and probably starting up a feud between those two guys.
Yep. No matches on any pay-per-views as of yet, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. At the moment, there's 8 matches at the Summerslam pay-per-view, so I doubt there will be much more.
There will be the title, tag team title
Yeah.
thingy match.
Probably might be on the pay-per-view. Yeah.
And the pre-show.
Pre-show, yeah.
Might be. Another thing that's happened recently, and this is flaming up all over the interwebs.
Yeah.
Del Rio just got canned.
Yeah.
For hitting a fan.
Oh, it was hitting a fan?
Yes.
Oh, dude. That was the one thing I missed.
But
Something.
he got provoked into hitting him because of racist jokes.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I agree with the stand that WWE took on this.
No, well, it's still assault.
I do know that his contract would be up later this year anyway.
Yeah. But it's still assault and battery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's the US.
Yeah, well, hitting someone, whatever.
But it wasn't
reason.
unprovoked.
No, it wasn't. But still, it's. I think most laws in the whole world says that hey, you hit someone, you're doing something wrong.
But if
I
you
know it was provoked, but
yeah.
sad thing is, of course.
I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to talk law.
But hey, a sad thing is, of course, he's out of the WWE. He's been the role has been stale for a while, but yeah. So now we got both of the Mexicans out.
Well,
This sounds racist, but I think it's sad actually. It shouldn't have gone out some other way.
well, you still have Sin Cara,
Yeah.
which is not Mexican at this point, I believe, just the persona.
Yeah, and of course you got Rey Mysterio, who is at the
Also
moment,
not Mexican.
He's not Mexican.
I don't think Rey is Mexican, no.
I would, yeah. Well,
Anyway, that's not important.
we're not that updated on everything,
Yeah.
but we're gone way over the limit. We usually take around 30 minutes thing.
Exactly.
So
I think we'll just have to end it there and
wrap it up.
Yep.
Pretty simple. Hope you enjoyed this.
Yep.
And if there's something you have to say about how we do this, some tips on what you want to hear.
If you're still watching us ramble about every now and again and you enjoy it for some reason.
Yeah, or is there something that you don't enjoy with what we do?
Exactly.
Yeah, let us know. Comments below.
Exactly. If you don't say anything, we won't change anything either.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Yep.
Easy as that. I've been Jan-Mark.
And I've been Frostmist.
And we'll see you guys.
As always, later.